Hey guys, it's your friend Ndema, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about something super important, mastering English. Now, I know learning a new language can feel overwhelming, right? Trust me, I've been there. But guess what? It doesn't have to be a struggle. In this video, I'm going to share 5 simple but crazy effective steps that you can start using today to skyrocket your English skills. We're going to break down any language barrier standing between you and fluency. Are you ready to unlock a world of opportunities? Let's dive right in. Alright, so you're ready to conquer English, but where on earth do you even begin? It might seem like a daunting task, but don't worry. Every great journey starts with a single step. And in this case, that first step is building a strong foundation. Well, every language is built on its foundation, right? Just like a sturdy building needs a solid base, your English skills need a strong foundation to grow upon. And in English, that foundation is vocabulary. Without a good grasp of basic words, it's hard to move forward. Vocabulary is the key to unlocking the door to fluency. Think of it like this: words are your building blocks. Each word you learn is like adding another brick to your structure. The more bricks you have, the taller and stronger your building will be. You can't build a skyscraper without strong, reliable bricks, can you? Similarly, you can't master English without a solid vocabulary. It's the bedrock of your language skills. It's the same with English. You need to start with the basics and gradually build up your knowledge. This way you'll have a strong foundation to support more complex language skills later on. Start by learning the most common words first. These are the words you'll encounter most frequently in everyday conversations and texts. These are words you'll use every single day. Words like hello, goodbye, thank you, please. Basic greetings, essential verbs, and simple nouns. These words form the core of your daily interactions. Don't worry about sounding like a poet just yet. The goal is to communicate effectively, not to impress with fancy words. Focus on clarity and understanding. Focus on understanding and using these basic words correctly in simple sentences. Practice makes perfect, so use these words in your daily conversations and writing. You can expand your vocabulary later. Once you're comfortable with the basics, you can start adding more complex words to your repertoire. A great way to learn new words is with flashcards. They're a simple yet effective tool for memorization. Write the English word on one side and the translation in your native language on the other. This method helps reinforce your memory. Remember, consistency is key. Even if you just learn 5 new words a day, that's 150 words a month. Imagine how much your vocabulary will grow over time with just a little daily effort. You'll be amazed at how quickly your vocabulary grows. With dedication and consistent practice, you'll be well on your way to mastering English. Okay, so you're learning new words every day, which is awesome. Expanding your vocabulary is a crucial step in mastering any language. But remember, just knowing words isn't enough. You need to use them in real-life situations to truly internalize them. But here's the thing about language: it's meant to be spoken. Language is a tool for communication, and the best way to get comfortable with it is by speaking. Engaging in conversations helps you understand the nuances and rhythm of the language. Don't be afraid to open your mouth and practice speaking English out loud, even if you feel a bit shy or awkward at first. It's completely normal to feel this way. Everyone starts somewhere, and the more you practice, the easier it will become. Remember when you were learning to ride a bike? It was a process, right? You didn't just hop on and start riding perfectly. There were wobbles, maybe even a few falls, but you kept at it. You didn't become a pro just by reading about it, right? You had to actually get on the bike and practice. The same principle applies to learning a language. Reading and studying are important, but they are just the beginning. You had to get on that bike and practice, even if it meant falling a few times. Each fall was a learning experience, and each time you got back up, you were a little bit better. The same goes for speaking English. Mistakes are part of the learning process. Speaking English is exactly the same. The more you do it, the more natural it will feel. It's all about building muscle memory and getting used to the sounds and structures of the language. The more you practice, the more confident and fluent you'll become. Confidence comes from familiarity, and familiarity comes from repetition. So, don't shy away from opportunities to speak. So, how can you practice speaking every day? There are many ways to incorporate speaking practice into your daily routine. The key is to make it a habit. Well, you could find a language exchange partner online, someone who wants to learn your native language and can teach you English in return. This way, you both benefit and can practice regularly. Or, try talking to yourself in the mirror. It might feel a bit odd at first, but it's a great way to practice. You can see your mouth movements and facial expressions, which helps with pronunciation and confidence. It might sound a bit strange, but it's a fantastic way to practice your pronunciation and get comfortable with the sound of your own voice speaking English. Plus, it's a private way to practice without any pressure. Remember, the key is to speak, speak, speak. The more you use the language, the more natural it will become. So take every opportunity to practice, whether it's with friends, family, or even just yourself. Keep pushing your boundaries, and soon enough you'll see significant improvements in your speaking skills. Chapter 3. Listen to English media. So, you're building your vocabulary, and you're practicing speaking, which is fantastic. But there's another crucial aspect of language learning that you shouldn't overlook: listening. Listening is just as important as speaking when it comes to mastering a new language. It helps you understand the nuances, the rhythm, and the intonation of the language, which are all essential for effective communication. Now let's talk about training your ears. This might sound a bit daunting at first, but trust me, it's a lot more enjoyable than it seems. The key is to immerse yourself in the language as much as possible. The more you listen, the more familiar you'll become with the sounds and patterns of English. Just like speaking, listening is a crucial part of mastering any language. It's not just about hearing the words, but understanding the context, the emotions, and the subtleties that come with them. This is where listening to a variety of English media can be incredibly beneficial. The good news is, we live in a world that's overflowing with English media. From movies and TV shows to podcasts and music, there's no shortage of content to choose from. This means you can easily find something that interests you, making the learning process much more enjoyable. This is your golden ticket to improving your listening skills without even realizing you're studying. When you engage with content that you enjoy, you're more likely to stick with it and make it a regular part of your routine. Start by choosing something you enjoy. It could be a genre of music you love, a TV series you're hooked on, or even a podcast about a topic you're passionate about. The key is to make the experience as enjoyable as possible. Do you love watching movies? Great. Put on an English movie with subtitles. This way you can follow along with the dialogue and improve your reading skills at the same time. Love listening to music? Awesome! Turn on an English radio station or stream some English playlists. Pay attention to the lyrics and try to understand the meaning behind the songs. Pay attention to how native speakers pronounce words, the rhythm and intonation they use. This will help you get a better grasp of the natural flow of the language. Don't worry if you don't understand every single word at first. It's completely normal to feel a bit lost in the beginning. The important thing is to keep going and not get discouraged. Just focus on getting used to the sounds of English. Over time, you'll start to recognize words and phrases, and your comprehension will improve. As you listen more and more, you'll start to pick up on patterns, and your comprehension will naturally improve. You'll begin to understand the context and the emotions behind the words, which is a huge step towards fluency. Remember, make English a part of your daily life, and you'll be amazed at how quickly your listening skills develop. The more you immerse yourself in the language, the more natural it will feel. So go ahead and dive into the world of English media. Whether it's through movies, music, podcasts, or any other form of content, the key is to enjoy the process and make it a regular part of your life. Happy listening. Chapter 4. Read English books and articles. Alright, we've covered listening, now let's talk about reading. Reading is like a workout for your brain. It exposes you to new vocabulary, different sentence structures, and helps you understand the nuances of English grammar. Start with something that interests you and is easy to understand. Don't feel like you need to jump into Shakespeare right away. Choose a children's book, a graphic novel, or even just a simple article online about a topic you enjoy. As you read, pay attention to new words and phrases. Try to guess their meaning from the context, and don't be afraid to look up words you don't know. Reading regularly will not only expand your vocabulary but also help you to internalize correct grammar and sentence structure. Remember, just like with listening, choose materials you enjoy. Reading should be a pleasure, not a chore. Chapter 5. Write regularly in English. Okay, we've covered a lot, but here's the final piece of the puzzle: writing. Writing might seem daunting, but it's an incredibly powerful tool for improving your English fluency. Think of writing as a way to solidify everything you're learning. It forces you to pay attention to grammar, spelling, and sentence structure in a way that speaking and listening don't. You don't have to write a novel every day, Start small. Keep a daily journal in English, write short stories, or even just leave comments on social media posts. The important thing is to practice putting your thoughts into written English regularly. If you're unsure about your grammar or spelling, there are tons of online tools and resources that can help. Remember, practice makes perfect. The more you write, the more confident you'll become in your ability to express yourself